If your spouse is already in the United States and you want to get them a green card without ever sending them out of the country, adjustment of status is the process you need to understand. And there are very specific rules about who qualifies, what forms to file, and what mistakes will get your case denied or your spouse put in removal proceedings. This video covers all of it. Adjustment of status is the legal process that allows a person who is already physically present in the United States to change their immigration status to lawful permanent resident, meaning they get their own green card without having to leave the country and go through a U.S. embassy or consulate abroad. It is one of the most valuable pathways in immigration law because it keeps families together on U.S. soil throughout the entire process, but it is not available to everyone, and the eligibility rules are strict. To qualify for adjustment of status through marriage, 3 things generally need to be true. First, the beneficiary, the person applying for the green card, must be physically present in the United States. Second, they must have entered the United States lawfully. That means they came in through a point of entry on a visa, a parole document, or some other authorized entry. And third, they must be admissible to the United States or eligible for a waiver of any grounds of inadmissibility. If someone entered without inspection, meaning they crossed the border illegally, they are generally not eligible for adjustment of status. There are very narrow exceptions, and we cover those in a waiver video later in this series. I'm Attorney Joseph Botelho from the Botelho Law Group. Now let's talk about who is filing on behalf of the spouse, the petitioner. If the petitioner is a U.S. citizen, the process moves faster. The spouse falls into the immediate relative category, which means there is no waiting period for a visa number. They can file the adjustment of status application concurrently with the initial petition. A petitioner is a lawful permanent resident, a green card holder. The process is longer. The spouse falls into the F2A preference category, and there is a waiting period based on the priority date and the visa bulletin. You file the petition first, wait for a visa number to become available, and then file for adjustment of status. Let us talk about paperwork. The core adjustment of status package involves several forms filled with the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. The I-130 is the petition for alien relative. This is the foundational form. The petitioner files this to establish the qualifying relationship. For a U.S. citizen petitioner, this is often filed at the same time as the adjustment package. The I-485 is the application to register permanent residence. This is the actual adjustment of status application itself. This is the form the beneficiary files to request the green card. The I-864 is the affidavit of support. The petitioner files this to demonstrate they can financially support the beneficiary and that the beneficiary is not likely to become a public charge. There are income requirements, and if the petitioner does not meet them, a joint sponsor may be needed. The I-131 is the application for a travel document, specifically the advance parole. While the I-485 is pending, the beneficiary cannot leave the United States without abandoning their application unless they have advance parole. This form protects the ability to travel. The I-765 is the employment authorization document application. While a green card is pending, the beneficiary can apply for a work permit through this form so they can legally work in the United States. Every adjustment of status applicant must complete a medical examination with a USCIS designated civil surgeon. This is done on Form I-693. The civil surgeon checks for communicable diseases, required vaccinations, and certain medical conditions that could be grounds for inadmissibility. The sealed medical exam is submitted with the I-485 package and brought to the interview. After filing, the applicant receives a biometrics appointment notice. They go to an applicant support center where fingerprints, photographs, and signature are collected. This information is used for background checks with federal agencies, including the FBI. Missing this appointment can result in delays or denial. The adjustment of status interview is one of the most critical steps in the process. The applicant and the petitioning spouse are called to the USCIS field office for an in-person interview. The officer reviews the application, verifies the authenticity of the marriage, and asks questions about the relationship. This is not a casual conversation. Officers are trained to identify fraudulent marriages. They may ask detailed questions about your home, your daily routines, your families, and your finances. Both spouses need to be prepared and their answers need to be consistent. Being originals of every document submitted, bring originals of every document submitted, bring proof of your bona fide marriage, photos, joint bank accounts, lease agreements, travel records, anything that shows you are living as a genuine couple. If the marriage is less than 2 years old at the time the green card is approved, the beneficiaries receive a conditional green card, valid for only 2 years, not the standard 10. This is not a punishment. It is a built-in review mechanism. Within the 90-day window before the 2-year conditional green card expires, the couple must file Form I-751, the petition to remove the conditions on the residence. This requires providing the marriage is still bona fide and ongoing. If approved, the beneficiary receives a standard 10-year green card. If the couple divorces before filing the I-751, the beneficiary is not necessarily out of options, but it becomes significantly more complicated. There are waiver provisions, but they require strong evidence and careful legal strategy. Processing times for adjustment of status vary by the USCIS field office and change frequently. Historically, applicants can expect anywhere from 12 to 24 months from filing to final approval, though some offices move faster and some cases take longer depending on complexity. During this time, the beneficiary should not leave the United States without advance parole, should not allow their work permit to expire, and should immediately notify USCIS of any change of address using Form AR-11. Cases get denied for several common reasons: failing to disclose prior immigration violations, inconsistent answers at the interview, insufficient evidence of a bona fide marriage, failure to meet financial requirements on the I-864, a criminal record that was not properly addressed, or prior deportations that were not disclosed. Every one of these is avoidable with proper preparation and an attorney who knows what they are doing. Click the box above to watch the next video in this series, Consular Processing, and learn how the green card process works when your spouse is outside the United States.